Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 7 Carbon. Now this hasn't come out yet. Lenovo just sent it over for review. I'm excited to share it with all of you because it's lightweight and its spec sheet is pretty impressive. It's powered by an AMD Ryzen 7 5800U. It comes obviously with Windows 11, either Home or Pro. You can actually spec this out with an NVIDIA MX 450 with 2 gigs of VRAM if you choose to do so. But the star of the show, beyond the I/O, things of that matter, is really its QHD Plus 14-inch OLED panel that you're about to see. So I think it weighs in at about 2.4 pounds, something right around there, which pretty lightweight for a 14-inch laptop. And in terms of other things you should know, 16 gigs of VRAM out of the box. But remember, not VRAM, excuse me, RAM, but that RAM is soldered. So something to be aware of. Make sure that you're going to get the amount of RAM you actually need. So there is the packaging, nothing else in the box. I believe this is driven by a 65-watt Type-C charger. Remember, this is an AMD machine, so we do not have Thunderbolt, but on the flip side, what we do have is some best-in-class Type-C connectivity, which should amount to essentially no love loss when it comes to Thunderbolt. And that's part of the beauty of having latest gen ports, which this does have. You no longer have to worry about Thunderbolt, and that's one of the nice things. So, first thing I can tell you as we get it out of the package, build quality seems excellent. Let's go ahead and put that down. I'll see what else is in here. I assume we're just going to have our charger along with some paperwork. So there is that 65-watt charger, excuse the glare, but fairly compact, small, kind of what you would expect. And let me go ahead and put this aside, and let's get to the machine itself. Now, this is one of those things that if you're after a machine, again, with a 90 hertz refresh rate OLED that also happens to be, something I didn't mention, 16 by 10, which it does. It's already powering on as I open it up. You note that it's got some instructions here about the function and queue, allowing you to essentially jump through the different power setting modes. Function and R, adjusting the display's refresh rate, you can see right there. In addition to that, there is a camera kill switch. So they're just giving you, essentially a guide to all functionality. The screen is glossy, but keep in mind, 400 nits of brightness. Now, it doesn't look like we have much battery life left on here. 36% remaining, but it'll do the trick just for taking a quick look. If I pump brightness all the way up, you can see it's pretty bright. And I'm actually quite impressed with that. I mean, you can get this configured with up to a 1 terabyte PCI Express SSD. It's got 4 speakers on board for its Dolby Atmos sound system, smart amp. The webcam top center is 720p. As I mentioned, it's a little under 2.5 pounds. And then in terms of I/O, we've got USB-C 3.2 Gen 1 ports, as well as 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. So those give you DisplayPort 1.4 as well as Power Delivery 3.0. Other than that, 14 hours is the runtime per the manufacturer, and they like to point out that in addition to that 14-hour runtime, you can actually, in 15 minutes of charging with the included 65-watt charger, get up to 2 hours of battery life out of that. So really a modern-looking Ultrabook, and just some other things they list, really what I've gone over. It's all about that OLED. Now, for those of you wondering, this is a touchscreen, so that's another nice element to this really compact, overall, incredibly small form factor when it comes to a 14-inch. This is not a 2-in-1, so this does not go all the way around for anyone wondering, but still pretty nice overall range. It does have an IR camera, so if you're looking, or at least that's what it appears to have, so if you're looking for Windows Hello functionality, it looks like it's there. Keyboard is the typical Smile-esque key from Lenovo. The speakers here on the side. Trackpad is really nice, really large. Again, for its form factor, it seems to have a little bit of everything, and I like the style. I mean, if design language is at the top of your list, it looks like you're going to be happy with this. Let's go ahead and close it up. Take a look at the I/O. So there is that camera kill switch that I was just mentioning, your dedicated power button, one of your Type-C ports, and go to the bottom of the machine. You can see we've got quite a bit of what appears to be ventilation. Yep, on both sides. Of course, ventilation at the back where the hinge is. We have that lip for opening this, for those of you wondering if you can do it one-handed. Let's go ahead and see. The answer is yes. So if that's critical to you, that's nice. And that's not something I see with a lot of smaller Ultrabooks. Generally, their weight is uneven, not well distributed. Your power port right there, of course, that's also just a Type-C port. And I believe these are the two USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. Of course, if they aren't, you can believe I will update and correct that. And of course, your headphone microphone combo jack. Now, no card reader on this. I/O is pretty minimal, but I have to say, when you have USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports, even 3.1s, you pretty much can do whatever you need to, but you know, a dongle often is necessary, and I believe that there is one included here. I'm going to take a look just to verify. There is the other half of the power connector that you'll want to connect to the wall, and there is. So, for anyone who is ready to say, hey, I don't have enough I/O with the IdeaPad Slim 7 Carbon, Lenovo has thrown in an adapter to expand that I/O. They will also be launching the 7i, the Intel-based version. So if AMD is not your preferred processor, keep that in mind. And here, with this adapter, which of course connects to the Type-C port, you have HDMI out, VGA, and then another USB Type-A port, something we don't have on the machine. So it seems like Lenovo pretty much thought of everything for this little 14-inch, Ultrabook. I really like, again, that QHD Plus 90 hertz refresh rate OLED. That's something that I want to see more manufacturers continue to dole out, because that really is where things need to keep going. And then, in addition to that, build quality just seems really nice. So stay tuned for an update soon. You can be assured it's coming. See what that webcam quality is like. But this is going to be ideal for a lot of people looking to travel light and not skimp on overall performance. Just remember that RAM is soldered. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.